Thank you, guys. Thank you all in the audience for staying. Hopefully it doesn't rain on us. And thank you, Lori and Colleen, for being here. As Chris mentioned, obviously live shopping is a big topic, but I think social commerce at large is a huge focus of not only what we do at Influential with creators, but what Colleen does at Zenith as the lead of the growth practices, and certainly Lori does at TikTok. So we want to kick it off today with actually a specific campaign that the team at Zenith led for Folgers. And not only were they trying to tell a different story to a different consumer, but they wanted to do it, obviously, to reach a Gen Z audience on TikTok. And social commerce played a big role. So, Colleen, can you tell us a little bit about that campaign and how it came to be?
Absolutely. Thanks, Kim. So as Kim said, we want to talk a little bit about the work that we just recently did for Folgers. And for those who don't know what Folgers is, it's a legacy coffee brand in the States. It's been around for 170 years, long staple in everybody's pantries. But as our consumers are starting to age up, it was really important for us to not only recreate relevance with those consumers, but also younger audiences that we knew were interested in coffee, but maybe had never interacted with Folgers and really didn't know us at all.
And then from a measurement perspective, I know obviously measuring the success of campaigns is a huge part of it, certainly to get clients the return that they paid for that campaign, but get them to do more of it. So from your perspective, what did measurement look like? And then Lori, as a follow-up across TikTok, how are you helping brands measure?
For sure. And so I think one important part to talk a little bit about is, so when we were looking at reaching this Gen Z audience, we knew we needed to be where they were and we needed to speak to them in their different tone, which is obviously what led us to TikTok and to the ability to really leverage creators to help us do that. But what we also found in this program was a unique alpha opportunity. So Publicis is TikTok's founding commerce sponsor, and we had a program that was a partnership between TikTok, GoPuff, and the client that we worked on here, in this case, Folgers. And so when we talk about measurement for it, we wanted to start with kind of the KPIs and what we were really looking to do from the get-go, right? And so that is about establishing relevance and introducing the brand to a new and a younger consumer in a way that is going to feel relevant and authentic to them. And so our focus was, increasing that awareness, and also saying a lot, sorry for that. But really introducing to that younger consumer, making sure and getting them to engage with the brand. And then we also, on the backside, were obviously able to measure sales here, given that we had that GoPuff extension in the program.
Yeah, and I think this is true for all the brands that run an activity on the platform. We want to empower the advertiser to really understand the impact on the brand awareness and the potential sales lift that we're going to create. TikTok is not just a platform to create that sense of awareness. We also drive sales and a clear impact on that. And we're working really hard to provide third-party measurement solutions to understand the impact on sales and business bottom line. So it's great that we're able to partner in such an early capacity, and that we have these tools to offer to CPG brands, but also brands in general, to understand online and offline conversions and overall impact.
And I think not only measuring is important, but certainly the partnership between media agency, we at Influential handled the creator work, and then obviously TikTok. Can you talk a little bit, each of you, about the importance of that collaboration and what that looked like?
Yeah, for sure. So for us at Zenith, we have a unique relationship with the J.M. Smucker Company, which is the parent company to Folgers, and we have what we call a power of one relationship. And what that means is that we actually service them not only from a media capacity, but all things, right, from creative to PR to data and analytics to media to commerce. So we have to work in a really collaborative fashion in order to connect all those dots and to deliver the true end-to-end experience. And I would say this program in particular, it was really great working with Influential and TikTok both, because they really just became extensions of that power of one team that we have, and we all operated together. I think that's critically important, especially when you're talking about a space and a platform like TikTok and the importance of creators and influencers, because if you're not working together and you're not staying in sync, you have a real risk of damaging the authenticity of the program, and that's just so critical for resonating in this environment, and for the creators themselves too. in order for it to resonate with their communities.
Absolutely. I love this example, this campaign, because I think it's a very important bet and investment for the brand to get started on such a new platform and a new audience. It's crucial to have experts, the creative media agency, the creator agency that is really going to provide the solutions, service and product to really make the most of TikTok and drive success. That's why it's been so important for us to provide solutions, provide a partner program that involves creative experts, opening up our platform to companies like Influential so that you can drive as much innovation through creator solutions as possible, so that you can really help the agency community, advertisers, brands really make the most of TikTok and creator solutions through the platform as well. So this was a great activation. I'm glad we did this.
And it was a success for sure, because as I said, we were looking to, increase awareness and introduce the brand to these younger consumers. But what we actually saw was that over 120% increase in weekly sales for Folgers as a brand, and over 70% of the purchases were from consumers that were under 30. So we definitely were reaching the consumers and picked the right platform and partners for this one.
Great results. So with those great results, what do you think other brands, Lori, could actually learn from this campaign for Folgers? What are you seeing across social commerce on TikTok?
There is a community for everything, and there's an opportunity for all brands out there as long as they respect our advertising guidelines. So again, I don't want to say if they can do it, you can do it, but kind of. There's really an opportunity for businesses to really talk to the right audience and create a new one. These results are outstanding. The ability to create brand new relationship with new customers where there's such a brand affinity all throughout your life for a brand like Folgers. It's such a fantastic opportunity to create that long-lasting relationship. So for businesses that are just getting started on TikTok, TikTok is a new platform, so it's important to look at the trends within the community. I sell a product that's going to resonate with that given community. What do they talk about? What do they engage on? Look at competitors, similar businesses that sell similar products. What are they talking about? A lot of the success on TikTok will come down to the creative strategy and creative success. So what is the best way to go about that and have a message that's going to resonate with the target audience?
And then, Colleen, from your perspective, are there other clients that you oversee and you work with that you're taking those learnings from Folgers and using it to help their brands?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we have a lot of clients and a lot of brands that are really interested in connecting with those younger audiences and figuring out the right way to do it. So we've certainly shared the success of this program. I think some of the other categories that we have, to Lori's point, it is not just CPG that really can execute and pull off programs like this. I think we're seeing a lot of our beauty and our fashion clients really lean into this. So definitely more to come, and watch this space.
And then as you think about those brands that are really kind of just starting out, either using the platform, your platform, more to reach consumers, but really thinking about how do they get into social commerce? Like, where does it start? How do you really get started? What is your advice for those brands?
Yeah, we like to think of this step-by-step approach, really having a clear sense of a creative strategy that's going to resonate with the target audience is very much key. Because there needs to be a sense of authenticity on TikTok like no other platform. The message needs to resonate and feel true to the audience. We then provide several tools to really scale that success and that conversation. We obviously have an advertising solution that's really growing, that's really going to empower I suppose the concept of retargeting and prospecting through video shopping ads, for example, and other solutions that can work towards other marketing objectives, and other solutions to provide support and scale to content that's pushed by creators, for example, that work in close partnership with the brand. On the commerce side of things, also we're scaling the concept of social commerce and TikTok Shop, the ability to sell and fulfill an order right on TikTok. This is something that, as Chris mentioned, we're seeing a lot of momentum, a lot of interest in Southeast Asia and other parts of the world. And we're very excited to bring this offering to the US and more markets in the future. So whether it's in providing organic solutions, commerce solutions, but also paid products and tools that are going to help brands reach the right user, we're really investing in these solutions to make businesses more successful on TikTok.
Yeah, and I think really such a foundation of your platform are the creators. So how do you, as you think about the different pieces of a campaign, whether it's awareness or it's driving sales, or to your point, acceleration of TikTok shops in the US at some point, what's the best advice for picking creators based on campaigns? Where are you seeing brands really lean into using a creator, particularly for a social campaign versus an awareness campaign?
Yeah, so that's the how. The why should we work with creators? Over half of our users who will see content from creators will develop a greater trust towards the brand. So there's a concept of brand trust that's very crucial. And we see also users explaining, I think one in three user will indicate that they purchased a product as they saw it from a creator. So investing in creator sort of relationship and experiences is absolutely key. The how, I think it's really interesting to think through the creators that can really carry the message. It's not so much about having the biggest creators work on the biggest campaign, because I think that can lead to wrong expectations, especially with a client that's just getting started. So it's okay to start small. And what's very important is to work with creators that help the brand understand what great content is going to be, as opposed to notoriety and amount of followers. And if unsure, working with close partners to TikTok that really specialize in this, such as you guys, is very an interesting way to ensure that we're connecting to the right creator and executing the right campaigns. And what we've seen, it was interesting. It's been interesting the last 3 years looking at how creators partner with brands. Creators love having a concept of freedom. They receive the brief, and obviously businesses have guidelines and goals that they want to work towards, but embracing the creativity that creators can demonstrate, let them kind of bring a twist to a message that a brand wants to bring to an audience is very, very key. They understand TikTok more than anybody else, so really embracing, and I suppose in some sense taking a leap of faith. It may feel like that at some point, but the TikTok teams, the creator ecosystem such as you guys will also recommend creators to find on that journey, and that's fantastic.
I think that's such an important point in terms of really you're choosing to do a creator campaign or an influencer-led campaign because you want to capture the power of their influence. And so it's really important that you allow that to come through in the voice. For the Folgers campaign, one of the things that I think was great about it is actually the creators that we chose. We were going after Gen Z college students, but no one's a monolith, right? Nobody is just one thing. And so we had creators that were PhD students. We had creators that were self-anointed, lazy college student. And all of the content and the packages that we created for them were curated based off of that and to their audiences. So again, it's a great space to not only drive that awareness and in a world where the funnels increasingly collapse and you can start or finish a buying journey anywhere. This is a real great way to be able to do that, and then also do that in a way that's going to resonate with different sets of consumers, even within your one broad target audience group of Gen Z.
So when you think about Folgers' kind of forte into TikTok and using it to change, to influence a different audience and social commerce, are you seeing, other clients really lean into that space and social commerce as a test and learn, or are they looking to you, and I'll start with Colleen on this, are they looking to you to say, I need to have, sales from this, or are more clients open to, this is still a testing spot?
I think clients are still open to it being a testing spot. I think the space is continuing to evolve so quickly, even as Lori was saying, things like TikTok shops coming to the States and learnings from the East coming over there. So I think that we've got some clients that are very much in the test and learn space. especially I think in regard to kind of CPG clients where there's another retailer reliance. Clients that actually have their own kind of D2C or their retail platforms established, those ones I think are leaning in a bit more heavily. And then like I said earlier, I think categories where we see a lot of adoption are beauty, fashion, things like that from within our client base.
And then, obviously, other than Folgers, right? What do you think? And Lori, I'll start with you on this. What other brands or categories are doing it well, right? So you could see a lot of, swipe up to buy or send them to your website. But who do you think is doing it well? We're going to make you name names.
Okay, let's see. I think Paxson is doing some really interesting work across organic commerce and paid. Mac is also doing some very interesting work. Obviously, beauty and fashion have been very interesting verticals to look at, and some brands have leaned into the opportunity on TikTok quite well. I love also brands who responded to organic phenomenons that happen on the platform and really respond in the best way. So I always like to quote that example of Gap, which saw a trend. I suppose a piggyback of a sweater, a brand hoodie that they used to sell in the 90s. And they went back to their product lines and were like, hey, let's reproduce this again because this is working well. We want to piggyback on that trend. And they didn't wait for a whole year. They really fast-tracked that product to bring it to market. So that's very interesting. I think it was KFC who looked at this creator that was kind of ordering a bunch of options on the menu and kind of doing her own assortment and sandwiches, and they made a big challenge out of it, which resulted in tens of thousands of visits in restaurants. So there are ways to respond to organic conversations that may be creator-led. In most cases, will be creator-led, and it's great to be agile and to be equipped and to take the risk. On the advertising front, we have many great case studies on I suppose the adoption, the solutions, and the success that brands have seen. And on TikTok Shop, I think it's a space for businesses to watch because we're really starting to see adoption as we're navigating beta right now. And we're very, very excited about the potential of the product in the US.
As one of the TikTok Shop partners, we're very excited about it too. So we can't wait. So just kind of a couple final words from everybody as we start to wrap up. Where do you see the future? I'll start with you, Colleen. Where do you see the future of social commerce for brands?
Well, I think one of the big things is really what we're talking about here today, right? And when we talk about creators and the creator economy and the power that has to really fuel things, those things in the intersection between content creators and commerce are one of the reasons that we created actually the role that I'm in growth practices, so overseeing content and commerce and bringing those things together. And I think creators are going to be an incredibly important part of that, especially as we think about the younger, more diverse audiences that we're challenged with reaching in the US. TikTok and creators are just natural platforms for us to do that.
We've started to talk about community commerce within TikTok. We do see, obviously, the interaction between the merchant and the creator and the audience to be very important. But thinking about the concept of entertainment meets merchants and their conversations meets creators. This is a fantastic opportunity for us to challenge a lot of the workings, especially when it comes to affiliate marketing. I think it's a practice that's long overdue a makeover, and we have solutions where we can provide a greater sense of attribution for the role that creators/affiliates drive for a given business. We can provide a greater access to creators to really relay the message on behalf of a merchant. And we can do so while entertaining a community. Live shopping, we talked about that, is a great way to feel entertained. If people have a tendency to think, live shopping is not really my thing. But I invite everyone to test it out because every time I would turn it on, 15 minutes later, I'm still watching it. It's not necessarily a product that I'm a target audience for, but it's highly entertaining. So the ability to really nail this concept of community commerce, a great business experience, driving business goals and results, a great creator machine and way for those creators to create a livelihood also, while we're entertaining the audience is where we're seeing a lot of potential for the future.
That's great. Well, thank you both for joining, talking about social commerce.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, everyone.